Hi friends, my name is Nikki and welcome to my channel Storytelling with Nikki. So we all love reading stories, listening stories or even watching them, don't we? And it is one of my passions too. So today I'm going to be reading a story for you. The title of the story is Goodbye Vinya by Kunal Prakash. Goodbye Vinya. Vinya looked at the mirror and pulled her cheeks. She looked below and squeezed her breast. She didn't know what to make of it. Doctors had told that the symptoms of her disease would start with her having a shattered body. It had not begun yet, but she had started to feel it internally. She had some discomfort moving around and she was getting tired sooner. Her body, however, was still in impeccable shape. Maybe the doctor was wrong, she thought, and smiled at her own denial. Vinaya turned to her clothes and wore the burgundy dress that was gifted by Vivan to her. She had to tell Vivan that she was dying. It won't be a pleasant experience, but he deserved the truth. She was also happy that he was with her. She didn't think she could make it alone. Hey, Vivan said sheepishly, getting up from his seat. Vivan was always ahead of time. That meant Vinaya was always late. Vinya's face lit up looking at Vivan. He was such a calming presence in her life. However, Vinya knew that the news she was about to deliver would change that for both of them. You wanted to discuss something important? Vivan asked while passing Vinya the menu. Yeah, I had been thinking this for a few days. I thought it is time. I blurted this out, Vinya said, unable to meet Vivan's eyes. It dawned to her at that precise moment that she was pulling him into a miserable situation and she wasn't sure if she wanted that. She looked at Vivan. He was looking expectantly. He had a faint smile on his face as if awaiting a good news. Vinya didn't want him to shatter that. Yet she was halfway through. I just wanted to talk, Vinya said when she was interrupted by Vivan's phone. Just a sec, Vivan said and picked up the phone. He turned away a bit farther from Vinya and she could see him talking furiously. Vivan was agitated as only work could make him. He came back and sat down in a different mood. Something wrong with work? Vinya asked, putting her hands on his. Vivan looked at her dazed before coming back to reality. No, not work, Vinya. We need to talk, Vivan said, and Vinya's heart sank. Yes, Vivan, Vinya said, barely able to contain her emotions. I have found someone else. Her name is Neha, and we met a few days ago. We have been talking since then, and I have felt a connection I've never felt before. Vinya felt that she would burst. Maybe she had burst because her innards felt hollow. She just looked at Vivan, expressionless. The two sat there for minutes like that. I'm sorry, Vivan said finally. No, it's alright. I was thinking on a similar lines. Perhaps we don't have a long-term future together. Really? Vivan said, his smile broadening. I thought you would say something like that when you said you had been thinking. Oh, really? Vinya said, realizing the source of Vivan's faint smile. Yeah, I don't want to break your heart, Vinya, but Neha, she and I are perfect. Good for you, Vivan, Vinya said, as a sharp pain shot in her chest. Doctor didn't tell her that heartbreak could enhance her symptoms, she thought and laughed. Wow, you seemed really relieved, Vivan said, seeing her laughing. I mean, we weren't that bad, were we? Vivan said, grinning now. No, we weren't. It's just that things had proceeded so well for both of us. I didn't imagine it happening, Vinya said, and tried to give her most genuine smile. Awesome, thanks, Vin, Vivan said, and gave her a hug. Vinya hugged him hard once, last time, and then turned away. It had been 6 months since Vivan's wedding. He had indeed found the one for him. Vinya looked at the mirror and smiled. Her body had started deteriorating the day Vivan and she broke up. Her face survived Vivan's wedding, in which she was invited. She never talked to Vivan after that. Today, however, she was unrecognizable. Today, the day she shifts from her home to the hospital. It was also the day when 1 year ago she and Vivan broke up, so it seemed apt to her to have another big change in her life on this day. She had a couple of months left, which she knew she would be spending in pain and possibly alone. She could never muster up the courage to tell Vivan her reality. Maybe he will never find out, Vinya thought, smiling. The wrinkles on her face cracked and her shaft lips started to bleed. Goodbye, Vinya, she said to the mirror and turned her back forever to it. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you have enjoyed it and stay tuned for more stories.